Aloha, everyone. Mayor, Governor, it has been quite a year. Quite a year. You know, it's a year that no one could ever have imagined, a year no one would wish on their worst enemy. Quite frankly, the things that we have been through, the things we've seen, the stories, as you're hearing, that we have heard, the hands that we've held, the lives that have been touched by this tragedy. And yet I will tell you that on my way here today, the one thing I felt was a sense of gratitude. It doesn't seem like the word that would come out today. There's a lot of other feelings, I assure you, we're all feeling right now, right here in this moment. But gratitude. Gratitude that, as hard as these last 365 days were, I was surrounded by the very best of us. Every single person in this room, every single person out there, survivors, family, people from around the country, the world, who came together to say that they were going to be here to support our community. Every single person in this room, behind the cameras right now, our frontline responders, our community that stepped up in ways we could never have imagined to give everything they could. Even when they couldn't give, they gave more. To be surrounded by all of that gives me such a feeling of gratitude right now. My staff, Deidre, she's here somewhere. When I said we were never going to leave, I meant it. She's been here since the very first days my feet stepped into Lahaina. And I assure you, we have absolutely never left. And because of that, I cannot help but feel right now so much gratitude for all of you and all the people who have made such contributions to this community, have supported them. And I know based on that, you will not leave us. We are not leaving you. As Senator Schatz said, we will be here every step of the way. That is our commitment to you. And I was thinking back to about a year ago, when we started up our very first resource center there in Kihei. Some of you were there. It was absolutely chaotic. Hundreds and hundreds of people swarming in to get help from every federal agency, state agency, nonprofit we could. And I will always recall one interview I did. Chelsea Davis pulled me aside. I don't see her here today, but I'm sure she's somewhere on island. She pulled me on the side and asked me to just talk story with her. And she asked me one of the simplest questions I could ever get from media. She's like, how are you feeling right now? And I will tell you, I could not answer that. I was so choked up. I was so overwhelmed with everything that we're feeling, experiencing, that I could not answer in that moment, which is something that really stopped me because I felt so much. And I will tell you now, if she asked me that question today again, I know how I'd answer. That Maui, Lahaina, Kula, our people here are amongst the strongest people I'd ever met. That in that moment of absolute tragedy, disaster, where everything was lost, where they were grateful for their lives, they were grateful. They were grateful. They were strong. They were helping neighbors. They were showing true aloha. They are the strongest people you will ever meet. And in that moment, I wish I had told her that I was surrounded by the strongest people that were inspiring me to continue going. But I will tell you this, even the strongest should never walk alone. And they will not walk alone. What you see before you here, what you see out there amongst you, we will continue to walk with them. We will be with them. You know, today is a very heavy day for a lot of us, filled with a lot of emotions and memories that we take back over the past 365 days. And I know sometimes for even many of you and for many of us, it can feel very lonely. Like the weight of the shoulder and expectations and demands and all that we want to do to support our community, from their mental health to their physical health to rebuilding everything, it can feel immensely lonely. But I ask you to remember this, you are never alone. You are never alone. Even right now as we stand here, there are 102 angels looking down on us right now, supporting us, lifting us up, guiding us in what we do. And in that way, I am so grateful for this moment. And so as we take the time to go through the next 2 days, I would ask even all of you here, so many who are on the front lines continuing to work day in and day out, I ask that you would pause. At some point during this time together, pause and listen and feel and hear. And you will see that you are in fact not alone. That the 102 angels that we lost and so many affected, they're looking down on us and supporting us. They're amongst you right now. When President Biden was here, I remember some of the last words I said was that we will be tested. Our spirit will be tested. Our aloha will definitely struggle through this process, but aloha always wins. Look around, my friends. Aloha's won. Thank you.
You're listening in live to Congresswoman Jill Tokuda, who's been joined with officials at the federal level, the state and county level, as well as mark this very important milestone for the community of Maui and really our state.
Yeah, members of our delegation, but also Deanne Criswell, the administrator from FEMA. We're going to continue streaming this press conference across all of our digital platforms so you can watch that. But of course, we have so much that we're going to be talking about today with the one-year anniversary.
Yeah, team coverage so you can watch on air and online.
We'll be right back.